Hi Musketeers, today we are going to be studying positive and negative space. So what does that mean? Here I have two hearts. What's the difference? This one's positive space. It's here, I can touch it. This one is negative space. It's empty, it's missing. So this is a concept that we can use to make a really cool collage in art. So here are two examples of pictures using positive and negative space. This is my African mask. This is what we're going to be doing today. If you're not into masks, here is a butterfly I made using the same concept of positive and negative space. And the way we do that is we cut a shape and we glue the positive space on one side, and the missing space gets glued on the other side. It's very simple to do, and the results are very cool. For this project, you're going to need 2 pieces of construction paper, whichever 2 colors you want, a glue stick, and a scissors. Okay, we are going to start our positive and negative space masks or faces. So I said that you need 2 pieces of paper in the intro. You actually need 3 pieces of paper, but you only need 2 colors. And I recommend choosing 2 colors that contrast. So you really want one to be light and dark. So I'm using black and pink. If I used pink and red, that probably wouldn't look that great because they're similar colors, not a lot of contrast. So I'm gonna take my black and pink papers. I'm holding them together, and I am actually just going to cut them in half right down the middle. Now this white paper is just my background paper. It's not going to be seen. That's the 3rd paper that I forgot to mention in my little intro. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put glue on this white paper. And on one side of it, I'm going to glue my black. And on the other side of it, I am going to glue my pink paper. It does not matter which side. You can choose whatever you're in the mood for, whichever side you like. So now both sides are glued to the white paper, and essentially this is the new paper that I'm going to be working on. So what we have left over is 1/2 of my black and pink, and this is what we are going to be using to make the rest of your mask. Anytime you cut a shape, you want to hold your 2 pieces of paper together because you're never cutting out one shape. You're cutting out 2, one for the positive side and one for the negative side. So the first thing that I am going to do is I'm going to draw like a hat circle-ish type shape. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'm going to cut it out, and don't forget I have the black and the pink paper together. And this is going to become the face of the mask. The trick is you always are putting it on the opposite color. So my pink is going to get laid on my black. My black is going to get laid on my pink. I always recommend that you put it down before you put any glue because sometimes you might accidentally put glue on the wrong side and then it would be like this and it wouldn't fit. So I always put it down first before I put my glue on. So once I know exactly where it's gonna go, I'm gonna put some glue on the back. Press it down. So now I have my face. So for the rest of this, I'm not even going to use a marker to draw anything out. I'm just gonna go freehand. And I'm gonna start with something for the eyes. So I have this shape. And in this project, you're really working in layers. Now I just put this down and I can see it's gonna stick off the edge there. So that means it's a little too big. So no problem. I'm just gonna go trim it, make it a little smaller. So now I have 2 eyes, or 2 backgrounds to the eyes. So tack one down, tack the other. They look a little bit empty to me, So now I'm gonna go add some eyeballs. So don't forget, anytime I'm cutting both pieces of paper at the same time, both colors. If you don't cut both colors, you're gonna have to do twice the amount of cutting. So now I'm on this side. I'm gonna put the pink on top of the black. Uh-oh, where did I put that other piece of paper? I just lost, oh, there it is. It was camouflaged in with the background. So I'm gonna put that there. And then I'm gonna make an even one more level of detail and put another even smaller strip right in the center of each. So I'm gonna put that there. And I'm gonna put this one inside. Whatever color you're gluing down, you should be gluing it on the opposite color. So when I put pink down, it should be stuck to black paper. If I'm gluing black down, it should be stuck to pink paper. So what now I'm gonna do now is I'm going to use the rest of these scraps to add more details to my collage. So that is the end of the positive and negative space African masks. This is the one that I just did today, and here's a different example that I made in class. And if you're not into the face, just think about all the options to do. If you want to do an insect, this was a different assignment. I started with the wings, then I did the body. Actually, no, I started with the body, then I did the wings, and one shape at a time. So really, you could do any animal, just divide it down the middle, do one side and then the other. Make sure you're always cutting two shapes at a time. I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and I would love it if you guys would email me or dojo me pictures of any positive and negative space projects that you've created.